Today I'm rather excited. We're here to learn the history of Fortingall Church and, more importantly, the ancient Fortingall tree. Welcome to Exploring Scotland's History. Bit of a random beginning to the video, but those that look after this place have put some slabs down with a really interesting story to tell of this tree, and I think we'll just walk along it and read it out first of all. Up ahead stands Fortingall's oldest resident, a 5,000-year-old yew tree. Imagine those who have passed this way before. Stone Age man, Bronze Age man, quite impressive jewellery, reindeer, boar and wolf. My favourite, the Picts. Then came the Scots, the Roman legions, followed by Christianity, the warriors, the explorers, the scholars, the kings and queens, worshippers through the ages, and that is Fortingall's beautiful church window. And you, or us, because here is the tree, and that is snow, even though it's sunny. She's a creaky old guy. It's been proven that it's a male tree. There's some stanchions over here to the right, just supporting the weight of that big branch. As I said, the tree is thought to be around 5,000 years old. That could make it possibly the oldest living thing. It's quite daunting. The tree was a sapling when our Bronze Age ancestors roamed the earth, and was already 3,000 years old when Christ was born. Yew trees were thought to be sacred by our pagan ancestors, a belief carried on by early Christians. Many churches have yew trees within. This church was probably sited here due to the existence of this massive tree. The church is built, like so many, on a much earlier Christian site. It's dedicated to St. Cody, who was a follower of St. Columba, and he died in 762. There is evidence here for the early Christian settlement, because we're about to come across a couple of really impressive slabs that are thought to be of the Pictish era, and you can see them here with their very basic cross. I could have shown you a beautiful Irish handbell that is held within the church. It's dated from the 7th or 8th century, so again proof that this has been a place of worship and spirituality for quite some time. These are rather unusual, long, thin grave markers. They almost look like fire hydrant signs, which is what we would think they are in modernity. But They all seem to be from in around 1800. Another broken but simply cross-marked slab, and here we have quite an oversized font from a much earlier church. Watch out for a post on Exploring Scotland's History on Facebook on this guy. Alexander P. Somerville, JP Glasgow, donor of the St Mungo Prize, died August 1949. This stone is erected in his cherished memory by his relatives and friends. This guy might be worth researching. Since I filmed the video, I have learned that Alexander Patterson Somerville was a Glasgow businessman. He was actually a shoe manufacturer. He was an artist and he was the founder of the St Mungo Prize. The prize consists of a gold medal and £1,000, with the prize funded by a £13,500 trust fund established in 1936 by an anonymous donor. It was found out to be Alexander after his death in 1949. The St Mungo Prize is awarded to people who have done really the most to improve and promote the city of Glasgow. In the conditions, it states that they should be deemed to have done most in the previous 3 years by way of action, instruction or suggestion to beautify the city, to increase the well-being of the citizens, to purify the atmosphere, to foster better relations between all classes, to extend cultural and educational development and bring Glasgow into honourable prominence. A fitting reward for those that look after the city. This church was built in 1901-1902 and in the arts and crafts style, but we do have the belfry of the old church of 1768. We'll go and have a look at it now. But back to the tree. Thomas Pennant was a Welsh chap and he wrote a lot of quite influential Scottish tour guides, and he visited here in 1769 and he did report he was disgusted at the fire damage that had happened to the tree because of the Beltane celebrations, the spring celebrations, and the tree had been fire damaged in these celebrations. He did also report, however, that the tree was 56.5 feet in diameter. In 1833, a visitor to the tree reported that there were chunks being cut out of the tree to make souvenir cups and cakes. So clearly vandalism is not just a thing that has been invented in the last few years. There was a lack of respect for stuff even way back then. In 1854, a minister reported that the tree was arched and was actually where the funeral processions would pass into the church. So it was obviously a wee bit healthier at that stage. In 2019, Scottish newspapers reported that the tree had possibly a life of 50 years left in it. Tourists were removing branches from the tree, and as we can see today, still thinking that it's a 𝔗𝔬𝔯𝔬𝔯𝔶 tree and hanging things like ribbons, nylon ribbons off the tree. That's not going to help the tree. I will be honest, it's a whole lot healthier than it was in 2019. So let's hope that these people stop this now. There's no reason for vandalism, and that's exactly what it is. What I would say is, it would be really sad if a tree that has stood for 5,000 years ends up dead because of people's entitlement and greed. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe and leave a comment. It really helps the channel grow. Until next time, thank you for watching.